Hello, Grings. Welcome to Reptilian Jubilee. I guess I'll be your host. That Jubilee's not here, but a creepy mind control of reptilian overlords in the in London. I think it's in England, wherever it is. I don't really rather not know actually. They're I guess they're worshiping their savior at this point, but the left of it. So yeah, it could be it has a soap opera connected to it. So yeah, the worship is going on over there. I guess it's over, I imagine, by now. Anunnaki celebration also, and spirit world corruption. So the reason I'm bringing up the spirit world corruption, as I brought it up yesterday, and I'm thinking it might have helped a little bit for those that have had energy attacks and whatever it might be. I tell you, energy around me improved a lot. I felt something attacking me, but when you get attacked, there's not much, you just kind of take it. There's not much you can do about it. Something was mad at me yesterday, so that's why I did the whole Illuminati, corruption and all that. So it seems to be a lot better today. Joy while lasts. So yeah, of course, there's a lot of parasite beings in the spirit world, and that's the thing about some people that are really good at predicting, like maybe too good, at least their psychic abilities. Realize you're tapping into the archon, system that's here. So if you're like all for the queen and all that, and you're really good at predicting people's futures, how much of it is your soul sold out? Not everybody has that, but some people do. Especially if you're a big Queen fan. It's like, dude, what is that's like a psyop. So you have the Reptilian Jubilee, and you have like the Queen as a hologram or something like that. On the minions are worshiping it. So gross. I think England still has the control over the United States. I don't care what anybody says. It's done in secret. It's still going on. So I think it's more happening than Israel. So I think it's stronger here. So they just don't broadcast it. They don't have a British flag or anything like that. But it is still prominent here. So, I mean, why would Harry and them come over to the U.S.? What would be the point in that? I mean, our food here is not that great. When you come here and get chemtrailed, imagine there are other places you can go where you don't get chemtrailed. Africa, of course, you might get Ebola, but at least you're not getting chemtrailed. Anyway, it was better. You can go to Sweden. I don't think Sweden wants them. Yeah, it's true. I don't think anybody wants Harry, and yeah, Sweden doesn't. Finland doesn't want them. I don't think so. Anyway, we just take wherever we can get here, I guess. So the Reptilian Jubilee, tap into those energies. That's pretty much what it is. It's mind control at its finest. It shows that how many people have given away their power in the audience. Fritzy is here. She's right there. You can't see her. So Priscilla's over there. Priscilla's going to go to get her teeth cleaned tomorrow early. So she can't eat anything. So hopefully they don't drive me crazy. So, yeah, she's kind of fragile. So, so Anunnaki energies. Anunnaki's involved with the British royal family, of course, in some form or another through Babylonian energies. So, all that waving, all that nonsense. God, it's such a joke. Such a fucking. If you get exiled from this world, is that a bad thing? If you get exiled from this planet, I mean, is that bad? I think some of us have been thrown off of planets before. Can't get thrown off of this one for some reason. I guess you have to do some messed up stuff to get kicked off. Not that's a bad thing. All right, so I'm talking about private sessions. We have the schedule. We have a shop here. I'm on the 17th, 18th, something like that. 20th, a little bit. Same situation here. The webinar. Yeah, it looks different. I'm still getting used to that. Social networking behind the scenes. Okay. So we connect to the reptilians. Might as well. I mean, they play a big part. There's also Nordic energies there too. Obviously, a lot of other things are too, but you know, whatever. Just working with the algorithm. So this will get their attention. Yeah, if you see, I mean, it's such a. I mean, it just people think this new Earth is going to happen and all that. Well, if you look at this whole Jubilee and people are loving mind control, how is this new Earth going to? How is that going to happen exactly? And we already have these different religions. Even some of the secret space program has a religion connected to it. Without going into too much detail on that, you know, we're battling a lot of stuff here. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll go into too much detail. Go into, reptilian channels, Anunnaki, and corruption within the spirit world. Spirit world, parasite beings. You know, when you realize that. You know, if you just clear your field of any manipulations or anything like that, all the garbage, you know, because there's a lot of corruption in the spirit world. How do you think they mess with us here? I mean, there's good there, but there's a lot of bad also. The bad is obviously, you know, of course, your normal people are not going to tap into this stuff. It would do them some good, but obviously, yeah, it's like, you know, those are extremely shut down. It's like, you know, it's like a parasite thing attached to them. Not for everybody, but quite a few. That can be trouble. You know, trouble meaning that when you remove the parasite that's keeping them normal, they start awakening. They can have an influence here. So I don't know. Just roll with it. All you can do is roll with it. You know, humanity's going to do what it's going to do. It's going to stay worshiping the queen and whatever else is over there. Sure, whatever works. So, somebody's here. Oh, come here. Somebody's here. Let's see if she goes over there. I'm not figuring out. Yeah, they don't normally go over there anymore. So, well, because Fritzy is here. Fritzy usually sleeps in the closet. So, all right. Okay, blessings. Here we go. Greetings. There are a great amount of, we are the reptilians, we are a collective. There are reptilian beings that don't like to be spoken about, mentioned. Some do like to be worshipped. It helps with their insecurity, which have a lot of insecurities. You see that within the royal families. Well, they show suppression. They show friendliness, but also there's a lot of suppression connected to it, obviously. Well, you see that with security and all of that, and their paranoia. So obviously, humanity is still holding its breath of being shut down or being unaware. We don't see many people turning into reptilians anytime soon, or royal. Yeah, they're going to keep that mostly hidden except for those of you that are evolving your energies or shifting your consciousness. For the masses, obviously, wouldn't that be something if your queen turned into a reptilian being? it literally stayed there for a long time. It's like, how did this happen? So possibly one day that will occur. But unlikely at this point. Well, they have such a control over your reality. Uh, Not that aliens really care about, well, they don't want to lose their control. I mean, a lot of beings do feed off of your energies here. So that's why they keep themselves hidden here. Well, because they're vampiring humanity's vibrations. Humans are scared about everything. They're, frightened half the time. They feed off of the fear, which makes reptilians actually darker. Makes them more sinister. It makes them want to keep this even shut down because they get a high from it. And they kind of lose themselves by doing that. I mean, you see that within some of your families, and some of the families you grew up, you have a family member that's psychotic. That's reptilian energies. And even if that's even your family member at all, it could be somebody else. Well, posing as your family member. So obviously within your royal family, there's a lot of demonic energies, as you probably have heard somewhere. Yeah, you can say that the war, yes, the underworld is very much in those royal family units. Not completely, but it does have a soul takeover, the contract. Obviously, many of you are here to clear those contracts. The best of your, yes, as someone like you've seen in a movie, like the villains are running everything. And that's pretty obvious, isn't it? And some people, yes, feel like they're on the right side of history, and they have not quite figured out that they're on the wrong side of it. And some of them have a huge following. Wow, I just have all this luck. Everything keeps going well for me. They have no idea they sold themselves out. So, yeah, there's a deep awakening. Yeah, you can take a lifetime to wake up to that. Literally a maybe, usually in a lifetime. Normally they'll figure it out eventually. But it might, when the ego finally takes a break, it's like, wait a minute, did I sell myself out? And they're like 80 years old. And then they have regret. It's a little bit late at that point, but it's known to happen. Yeah, some of these celebrities, obviously, when they get older, when their fame is run out, then it's like, was that worth it? Sometimes, yeah, it depends. Yeah, it's just a lot of your conspiracy theories are true, not all of them. But yeah, because they have to put their knowledge out there somehow. What's really going on. Not everything is accurate. Some people they want to take down. So some of those conspiracies are not always correct. Some do self-sabotage. Your Amber Heard kind of did a self-sabotage herself. Basically, you can say she got tired of fame, but she was seeing she could have people to worship her. And technically, there will be people worshiping her anyway, no matter what. So it's kind of like a witch energy there. So yeah, there's a psyop within, yes, a psyop within a psyop. The royal family, yes, is from another planet. They don't care about humans really, as you could probably tell. And they believe this is pretty humorous, how humans are waving at them and all that, when truly they don't give a shit. So they're just not, yeah. Is humanity ready to see that side of it? No. Well, because the royal family and they have control over a great deal of your population, of your cultures, of what's mainstream. And they're one of the center points, not the center point, but one of them. Of course, your Vatican is more of your secret societies, obviously. So yeah, you're going down a whole. So those of you who are chipping away at all of this, yes, the empire. Yeah, it's a slow war. It's not the winnings that you might think. But it doesn't mean that what you're doing here is not, it's not working. It's small little wins here and there. Yeah, you're dealing with a major empire here, not just the royal family, but in general, the darkness that runs your planet. It's obviously has many roots into your world. So yeah, it's running your most of your population, as you can see. And some of you are seeing more deeper into it. And every little bit counts, breaking free of all this. It's not easy. Well, yeah, you get more real at yourself. How bad is it? Is it really that bad? It's pretty bad. It does allow good things to occur, of course, but the negative energy that's here is extremely paranoid. It has a lot about its looks and always wants to look good, always wants to be accepted by society. The makeup and all of this stuff, that's the criminals running the show. They gotta keep it up. Those that want to wear makeup and just be yourself. That's really the way to be. Really, obviously, you can't always do that in society. You have to still dress yourself up for work because it's all just a show. It's all just a movie. Professional manipulation. So they don't make it easy to break free. Yeah, many dudes like, I want to be professional. Well, you are now part of the system. Obviously, some of you just want to do it, but you have to. But you want nothing to do with it. I mean, having flaws is a good thing. Showing your flaws, having flaws, it helps you be real. When you're professional, it's fakery, as some of you say. And obviously, they force humans to be professional here if you want to make it in the world. But there is room for realness. So, greetings. We are Anunnaki. We are the consciousness. Yes, some do have difficulties connecting to us or believing that we are here. We never really left. No one, a world like this, no alien species would truly leave unless their species dies out. But there's still a consciousness that will connect to it in some form or another. Yes, this is where it's all happening, technically, always on a soul growth level. Well, so many beings have manipulated your earth, as you can see. They want to see where it's going to go. So, yeah, a lot of alien beings are putting their resources here to either manipulate it or save it, or heal it. Heal it, save it. Reveal the darkness, what's in the shadows. Doesn't know, is humanity ready to see what's, well, they are ready to see certain scandals, but on an alien level, there is sometimes news of alien knowledge here. Obviously it's been watered down. Your Congress and all that's talking about it, well, because they know it's going to have to be brought into the light eventually. It might take 10-20 years for them to reveal something. It shows they have to have some kind of progress, but you never know. It might speed itself up. It's the alien timelines are unknown of like when some kind of connection with you. It all depends on humans, really, how aliens can work through you. So anything is possible. With your British royalty, which is not really a royalty. Well, it says it's royalty, but it's really a hijacked of humans. And yeah, you'll see some of these royalty families on other worlds that are just, they have no idea what's happening here. Yeah, you can, without going into too much detail of that, there is Anunnaki involved with it, of course. There is Babylonian energy that are connected to it, basically ceremonies, rituals to keep the human population under its spell. Well, when you have a human race that's not really paying attention to itself, it's doing what is tradition. It's tradition to worship the alien gods, which is happening at that Jubilee, basically. It might be in human form, but still an alien vibration there. You can tell that to your human all day. Obviously, they're not going to believe it. When you look at the system, the power, what have they done for you lately? Oh, yeah, security. Of course. they're not going to tell you the truth of that. How much they're causing trouble they're causing across the planet, of course. The alien knowledge is, it's you'd be lucky to have some kind of Sumerian knowledge. There were ideas of just destroying it altogether, so you don't know anything about the Anunnaki at all. So at least you have some idea. You might still have confusion, but at least you have some understanding, and if not all of it's making sense. There will be times when alien energies will, you can say, have enough and bring their knowledge more, like there'll be discoveries here publicly. It most likely will be ruins, information, but at least there'll be something to connect you more to, instead of all of this, hearsay and all of that. Eventually there will be discoveries. It's few and far between at this time. There's a lot of corruption to keep it quiet. But over time there will be awakenings of other alien beings that are here, or more deeper look into the Anunnaki species. Eventually there'll be more of an awakening here. It's just the timelines are not clear because there is alien wars happening currently. So there is an awakening going on, of course, but there's still a lot of, where is this all going? Well, it's just small wins there have. Basically for you to understand your soul, understand your power, and just understand your point of view of reality, and just go with that at this time. Yes, get more connected to yourself, because many beings want to hijack your energy and take you over, and for you to be under their mind control and spells, because many of you are unlocking your power currently, and the aliens definitely do notice that. I mean, some of them look at you with admiration, others look at you as like with anger. Some of you might feel some of that anger, especially those that are going through a lot of anxiety. So it's just connecting more to yourself on a galactic level, basically for alien connections to strengthen, but still some are still having difficulties understanding what that even means. Well, because it's not happening as quickly as some might like it to. Research helps, but basically the soul has to let go of mind control, which many are still holding on a great deal of, as you can see. All right, blessings. Greetings. We are consciousness from spirit. We're connected to the higher self of the planet. Yes, there are many spiritual hijackings happening on your world, of course. Well, there's beings that do not want you to know about yourself. Some of you do speed things up a little bit faster than intended. The spirit guide energies, yes, as you become more aware of it can be healed. Some are still not taking their spirit energies that seriously if they do, they're not fully aware of how much corruption is truly around this planet. Clearing energy, someone's like, oh yes, I'm doing well, everything's fine, but then you have anxiety and you wonder where that's coming from. Well, because sometimes some spirit guides can get taken over and manipulated, and then it affects your energy field. So as you go into this awakening, seeing your guides can become easier. Maybe not now, but for some are seeing beings on a daily basis, but they're not always seeing everything. Well, at least you know that consciousness is there. That shows that the astral realm is connecting more to your planet and wanting to heal, because even this astral world is not healed. It's still going through a great deal. A lot of your timelines are created in astral, and you're basically connecting more to your astral timeline to clear out your astral timeline so you can have a more clear view of where you're going and be able to tap into yourself and everything around you, and just get more, basically kind of like becoming more alien or more spiritual, however you look at it. Some call it spiritual, but spiritual, there's different forms of spirituality. There's spirituality of just having an environment of spiritual interior candles and things, which is fine, but actually growth into the, connected to, yes, but doesn't mean that they're connecting more to the astral realm and healing the energy around them. Some feel like they're doing fine, especially if they have success there. If you're getting energy attacks, especially, or for example, if you're, what does he call it? If you're a targeted individual, you can heal that. Well, you can have it happen less often, but some, are going through their own healing phase. So yes, but that's also to traumatize them so they can't heal. So they're so busy healing from the traumas of being energy attacked, they're not ready to, realign themselves and clear out negative spirit, because you can clear out that timeline. It won't happen quickly, but it can occur. But the idea of all this is to connect to more of your timeline to manifest, but also have a clear view of where you're going. Obviously, things aren't going to always be clear, but for yourself, you just have more confidence you're going in the right direction, which actually is a lot. And some just trust the future, but it's still like, where is this going? Where is my life going? And the idea is to connect your timeline where you're just like, you might not know where it's going, but it feels right where you're heading. So you get more of a on your track, your railroad track to the future. And that's easier said than done. Some just go with the flow, we understand that. But having an idea of where you're going is, your future talking to you little by little. Now, some are going through a desert period, and sometimes it's better just to lay low. It's like, you want to see your future? It's like, just don't, not right now. Just focus on what you have now. Plant a garden. Yes, make some tea. Don't think about the future too much. There's a lot of things that don't want you to make it there. So, and some of that will come through. Well, basically, your aliens around your astral will become more known for those of you that are ready for it. Obviously, most of your population just has no clue of any of this. That's probably just as well, too, because you need somewhere to back. As you go forward and see all the astral realm, it's nice to step back and take it easy and kind of close that door off. Because once you start keeping that open, you're in a different realm altogether. And being human here is going to be a little bit harder. It's already hard for many as it is. But if you truly saw what was happening in Astral, and some have some idea, but you're probably seeing the good parts. There's a whole nother part that's not as easy. It's quite bumpy. So, you might be healing the astral realm. You're going places, flying. Some just go to astral and just fly. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're sending good joy. You're bringing good karma to yourself. Nothing wrong with that. But of course, there's a whole nother side to it also, which we don't need to go into. But just focus on the now. It helps. Yes, focus on the future is good also, of course. But if you feel the future is out of focus, just focus on the now and do the best you can at the moment. It's good to have goals, of course, where you want to go. But obviously, if you know too much about the future, once you know, there are ways you can open up this reality and see too much. And that's not as cracked up as it sounds like. Blessings.